Please remain silent while I am speaking. We have a lot to get through.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Attention maggots, this is Sergeant Slaughter from WWE and G.I. Joe, the real American hero. You're listening to Mega Power Radio. Don't touch that dial. And that's an order.
Shut up.
What's shaking, Mega Maniacs? It's Monday, January 5th, the first Monday of the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2015.
Happy New Year's. Woo.
We just finished watching Monday Night Raw, and it's time for us to gather for the Monday night tradition, the Raw Post Show on Mega Powers Radio. You are listening to the most interactive post-Raw experience available, ladies and gentlemen. If this is your first time listening, at any time during the show you feel like you want to participate and get an opinion out there, whether it's about Raw or some random topic we're talking about, or pretty much anything that's on your mind, whatever. It's an open forum. Dial in, use your phone, area code 760-512-7247. We'll be opening the phone lines around the 11:30 time. Until then, though, if you want to get your voice heard, you can join the chat room, which already has lots of cool folks in it, like 5 Times Combo, Chaotic, Silent Wind of Doom, Wazili, Good Friend, Happy Pope, shoutouts to Shaun, and of course, all of our cast members are hanging out in there as well. If you are a guest, register at blogtalkradio.com and join all those cool cats. If you are listening to us in the archive form, you could still join the conversation. Use the hashtag Raw Post Show and we'll get your comments eventually. Deal with it. All right, folks. Introduce everyone we got here. My name is Mike Paden, lead host here on the Raw Post Show on MegaPowersRadio.com. Joining me this evening, first off, the leader of the Drew Crew, Mr. Drew White himself. What's shaking, Drew White?
My ex had a really weird fetish. She liked to dress as herself and act like a fucking bitch all the time. So yeah, other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, strange.
Damn.
My ex suffered from the same thing.
Wait, did we all date the same chick?
It sounds very likely. That's off to a great start.
Oh, I know it is.
Also with us, the lead host of Addicted to Anime here on Mega Powers Radio, and the leader of the unanimous decision MMA brand, Mr. Stephen Wago.
Allow me to quote Bret Hart. I was raped in the ring. Where have my points gone?
It's true indeed. Stephen Wago's Fantasy League team has been docked 200 points this evening.
God damn.
That is a game changer. Wago, who was on track to possibly even catch up and maybe even have a shot. Not anymore.
I didn't know you had Kane on your team.
He would have been better. He would have been better off.
Would be better off tonight. So any chance that I've got just went out the fucking window. So unless every one of Paden's team members get fired, I think he's won.
Well, I think Drew's still got a little bit of a chance here. We'll see.
Just a little
So
bit
you're
of a
saying
It's
he's
because
got
I
a shot.
I say Drew's
because
got a
I'm
shot.
king.
You, I don't know about. We got one more person to introduce here. At least I forget the president of SmartOutMoment.com and Fanboys Anonymous, Mr. Tony Mango.
Nod my head, yeah. It's not looking too bad having Xavier Woods on my team now with those 200 points taken away from you.
True that. True that. All right.
You know what? No, wait. Before we say anything, the irony about that is back in like June
I guess
when
Drew is the
Batista got
host here.
fired.
Shit.
No. Wago was talking shit about how stupid it was to keep Batista. Yeah, it was pretty fucking stupid for you, huh?
Yeah, for
Fuck
bringing
off.
out for taking one of the hottest fucking commodities in pro wrestling right now. Yeah, that was stupid.
Well, yeah, but he got
Do you remember
fired,
how
so.
we was doing that thing that really upset Drew where we talked about training his team? Want to do it again?
Maybe just the points. That's all you need to transfer.
Like, actually, at this point, it doesn't matter. So,
Well, cheer up, Drew. Silent Wind of Doom in the chat room is saying that he appreciated your Bo Burnham outro.
Someone
Yeah.
fucking had to.
you know what? Thank you, Silent Winds. This is why I'm not the one that thinks you're ugly here. So that's always good.
Ah,
Thanks,
I
Drew.
sense a wanker approaching us.
All right, guys. Well, while we get things started off with the usual first question I used to start the conversation here before this tale spins even worse, what's the number one thing you took away from the show tonight, Drew?
That the coolest thing ever is when balloons falls down from the rafters in the show. That was
Well,
the
now we know what
greatest
Drew
thing.
likes. I like people throwing things. Drew likes balloons falling from the ceiling.
Hey,
We've got
you know,
that
you like,
established
no,
now.
no, no, you liked them too. Don't even pretend that you didn't like the balloons. You were the ones who's like, oh my god, balloons. Look,
If we could combine the efforts and somebody could stand like at the top of the rafters and throw balloons down, those guys look
Oh
fucking
my
crazy.
god, if they had Roman Reigns doing that.
Well, it's a mixture of that and that the pyro at the beginning of Raw.
No,
'cause
you know what they
guys-
should do? They should have Roman Reigns zip lining down from the rafters like Shawn Michaels did at WrestleMania 12 while throwing out balloons to the crowd as he's coming down. Boom. Instant way to get the guy over.
And then
I don't know,
pyros
Sean,
go off and kill
disagrees.
him, and then we don't have to worry about him winning the Rumble.
Wasn't that what Sting was going to do? Because they used to lower him.
Damn it.
We
So,
really
how
are.
about that
off to a
Monday
terrible
Night
start,
Raw?
aren't we?
Oh man. Wago, what's the number one thing you took away tonight?
The number one thing WWE took away were my points, but as far as what I took away was Bad News Barrett is the new IC champion, and I'm just glad to see them utilizing him and not letting him flounder now that he's back.
Absolutely. Tony, what stuck out to you?
I don't know if this is the number one thing, but at the very end of the show, it reminded me I miss Lex Luger. He used to use that theme song.
You know, I watched the 1995 Royal Rumble because it's Royal Rumble season and I'm watching old ones, and I was reminded of him recently as well. He actually did a pretty good performance in that, of course, being a co-winner of the 1994 one. I don't even think of him as a Rumble winner. I automatically just put Bret Hart in my mind as that one, but I often forget he gets equal credit for that.
Poor Bret Hart. He wins 2 of them essentially, but only gets credit for half of one.
Yep.
True that.
He was right in the ring with that too.
We got another person on the show here now. By popular request, we got the People's Champ from 2 years ago, Mr. Shaun Walker. How you doing, Shaun?
I'm good. I'm good.
What stuck out to you from Raw tonight, bud?
Michael Cole needs to go back to his mother's to get dressed.
And that's why we have Shaun here for classic lines like that.
Seriously, he looks like he got dressed by his mom.
So
Oh,
I don't
Stevie Wonder.
I don't know
Oh,
what the overall feeling of the show is going to be. I have nearly no notes. And when I say I have nearly no notes, I mean I have nearly no notes. I don't remember any time I've had a 3-hour show and only 6 lines of notes.
No.
This week.
No. We don't need no notes. I think JD will give us
and-
all the notes we need.
And the sad thing is, I actually thought this started off as a really kick-ass show. I thought it started off on a high note with the Authority come out and shaking things up with all their new match changes, inserting Seth Rollins into the main event of the Royal Rumble, making the Intercontinental title match, and then just the games they were playing the whole night. I was intrigued, but I don't know. By the end of the night, I just felt drained. Maybe I'm just because I personally was tired, but it seems like I wasn't alone, so it can't just be that. What the crap, man? We're supposed to be getting things more exciting now. We're heading into the Royal Rumble, which therefore leads us to the WrestleMania season. What is going on in WWE right now? Who can answer this for me? No one?
Ryback rules.
Feed me more.
I think they're in a situation where they're not 100% sure what they're going to do, and they needed this week to kind of stall, and next week it's going to pick up. Because they don't have that much time before the Royal Rumble. I mean, it seems like it's like a full month, but we really only have 3 weeks. Now we're down to the next 2 weeks, and then, that's Royal Rumble time. So I think that this was a situation where over the past holiday, they probably thought too hard about a lot of things, and they're second guessing it. And that's why we've got Seth Rollins in the title picture now. And this was sort of like, fuck, we got to do a show. Let's do this kind of shit, and we'll sort everything out next week, and we'll have a real solid game plan. So this is a little haphazard. Maybe it's a little bit of the holiday shit going on where they like, you know how a lot of people when they come back from work, they don't really want to do a whole lot of work until their boss kind of kicks them in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be going on here too. So I didn't think it was an awful show, but it really kind of what started off as a high note that you said, and then it sort of started to taper down. And by the end, we were in that same old situation where that last segment, did any of us fucking pay any attention to that?
No, we did.
What last
we
segment?
no, people got fired. Yeah, we were paying attention, and we were like Sleeger's music. Yeah, we of course.
I tuned in around 3/4 of the way through that segment. Yeah, and I started catching on to what was going on there, but it took a while.
No,
What
the
about
only
you
reason
guys
why
in
I
the
started
chat?
paying
Did you guys-
attention was because Wago. It was like, oh look, Ryback's coming out, and I was like, oh Ryback, he rules. Huh?
Well,
You said it in that voice to yourself too. Whoa, right back. Oh, he rules.
this is like the Robin Williams all of a sudden.
Oh, guys, deep.
Five
You know,
times,
to be-
five
to be
times
fair,
combo actually corrects you guys. By the way, it's Ryback ruled.
Well, his correction is incorrect, and shut up.
You know what? To be fair about this Raw, it was still better than most of the Raws during the late portion of last year. And it's weird saying that now. Last year, when literally it was.
Oh
That's
God,
not a
Drew, that was
compliment.
last year. Can you let go of it already?
God, who are you, JD?
God, that was so
No,
like a year ago.
I don't know, guys. WCW back in 1997 was pretty good compared to the talent that they have now.
See, 5 times combos that made it is wrong.
Oh, God damn it. Well, just want to remind everyone out there that this is the most interactive post-Raw experience available. Get your voices heard. Get yourself in line. Dial in with your phone, whether it's a cell phone or a landline. Area code 760-512-7247, or join in the chat room to get in on the Raw post show on megapowersradio.com. Cool cats in there 5 times combo, Ferris 419, JT77, Chaotic, Silent Wind of Doom, and Wazili. Lots of cool people showing up tonight. Thank y'all for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I really don't know where to go from here, guys. The Authority played tricks on the various people who were on John Cena's Survivor Series team. Dolph Ziggler was put in a match with Bad News Barrett for the Intercontinental title. Dolph Ziggler getting the sneak roll-up victory. However, Bad News Barrett beats the shit out of him after the matchup, eventually leading to Kane coming out and saying, oh, I forgot. This is actually a 2 out of 3 falls matchup with Barrett. Bad News Barrett, that is, picking up the final fall and getting the victory, becoming the new Intercontinental Champion.
Anybody think this segment would have been better if Kane would have came out and went, "Hi guys, I got you. It's not actually a singles one fall match."
Yes.
Oh, that would be like Kane likes to reinvent himself. That'd be the perfect way to reinvent himself.
They should have done that, and then they should have done the Drew White Appreciation Night thing that we were talking about in the chat. And Triple H could have came out, and instead of doing the Roy, he could have done his impression of Drew.
Well, and see, we've had like corporate Kane, and we've had concessions Kane. Now we could have not Kane.
Here's the thing about Nut Kane. Before he talks, he has to have like a bunch of technical issues and crackling all on the microphone so we can barely hear him.
Here's the thing about Not Kane. He already exists, so we have to actually find Not Kane.
Is that the fake Kane who came in? Is that not Kane?
That's fake. No, that's not fake Kane.
Oh, that's not fake.
Oh, okay, my bad. Thanks for correcting me.
Oh, my head hurts. Goodness. Why don't we go ahead and take a caller, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can we not take a caller?
Let's take a.
Come on, guys. It's not a caller.
Let's take a not caller, and this person's not from the 412, and they're not JD.
Here we fucking go.
It's JD. He's gonna enlighten
JD.
us.
Shut up, Drew.
Hey guys, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Happy
dude.
New Year.
What's shaking,
Happy
man?
New Year, Shady.
What's up, Drew?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, we're all silly as usual. How you doing, man?
How silly is this for?
Well, let's see. I'm not doing too bad. I had a nice New Year, so I can't complain. So it was all right, though, for the most part.
That's great, man. Did you do anything wild?
No, actually, I spent time with my girlfriend. I went to my uncle's for dinner. It was a nice thing. We spent time with family, and it was very relaxing, so I can't complain, though. Yeah, I know it sounds
What's
boring,
the
but it was
wildest?
fun,
What's
though.
the wildest New Year's experience you ever had? I bet you have some stories.
Phew, long time ago. I'd say maybe it was back when I was in high school. I think one year, however, I mean, it was cold one night. However, I think the one night my one friend got too drunk, and he and I were just kidding around with each other, and we had a little match in the snow, shall we say. We had a little wrestling match in the snow. And
He started saying jerk. He started saying jerk.
I'd say that was one of the things that was pretty funny, though.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, that was one of the few highlights, shall I say. But let's get into Raw
Yeah,
if
that
we can,
sounds
guys.
good.
The first Raw of the new year, we have to do it, don't we?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
Sure,
What'd you
yeah.
think, JD?
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Let's get into it tonight. Let's start off with, once again, Triple H and his little butt bitch boys, if you will, however, sucking everyone off at every turn. Oh, Seth Rollins, let's give you an award tonight. Oh, what are you going to get? Oh, let me think. Oh, you're going to be thrown in the Brock Lesnar-John Cena match because you did so good in bringing us back and having John Cena force his hand. Yeah, that's real great. Why don't you just go suck off on Triple H a little bit more, Seth Rollins? What did you do tonight? Oh, let me think. Oh, you had to have your little bitch boy Kane and J&J Security help you tonight because you couldn't beat Ryback. Yeah, great idea. Let's think about that. Then you have J&J Security help Luke Harper beat Eric Rowan. Yeah, that's real great. And then you fuck over Dolph Ziggler to start out the show after Dolph won his match fair and square. Oh, that's where you have to have the big red retard Kane come out and say, oh, it's a 2 out of 3 falls match, however, basically. And what happened? Yeah, let's screw Dolph Ziggler, who worked his butt off the last couple months and getting this push hour, and screw him over. And the biggest slap of them all, however, and I just read this, I don't know if you guys heard this or not, Lance Storm is absolutely livid at the Ascension after what they did tonight with that promo in talking about Road Warrior Hawk and Amber. I don't know if you guys heard it or not. He said, nothing like making fun of a guy, however, who has passed away. May not mean much, however, but Raw has seriously pissed me off. All in all, a very piss-poor show. One good match all night, which was the ambulance match, which was a great match, I thought. But other than that, a very shitty ending. I thought we were going to see Sting come out. However, I guess they're going to maybe save him from next week or possibly the Rumble. But once again, it just goes to show you that Seth Rollins and his little bitch boys have to suck off on Triple H, including JBL, of course, joining the club of the Suck-Up Club, however, and blowing the Authority at every turn, however, and say, oh, the Authority's best, what's for business? Gee, let's look at the ratings when they come out tomorrow, Wednesday. Let's see how bad the ratings are going to do the first Monday night of the year because of Triple H and the Authority back. Just goes to show you how bad the same old bullshit is going to continue as we start the new year.
Hold on to your butt.
So, I mean, I want to ask you guys, before we go into anything else, I want to get your opinions of what I just said about Lance Storm's tweet. What do you guys think about that comment by Storm? I mean, he was right, I think. Lance
I don't
was
think
right
so.
by making
I
those
think he's a
comments.
fucking idiot that's Canadian, oversensitive, and has a vagina where his brain is.
Yeah, see, I wasn't really too offended. I actually didn't think of much about the comment. I was just like, oh, the Ascension is talking. Jeez, this is gonna go over well.
I didn't even hear it. What did he say exactly?
So he said he was saying it was
Did something about
disrespectful.
Demolition and the Road Warriors. It was like they chuck them off the road or something like
No,
that. But the
yeah.
Road Warriors and
No.
Demolition and carry their bags, something like
Essentially, the people who people associate them with the most, they cut a promo about how they're better than them. I thought it was funny.
Oh, you mean young people trying to put themselves over at the oldest expense? Yeah, that's what their name recognition's
Yeah,
for.
I thought this was wrestling.
No, guys, it's sports entertainment.
You know what's funny though? People that fucking bitch always for the Attitude Era.
Why do we have the same old bullshit every week by having Seth Rollins and James
Hey, I don't know.
come out? Basically, because Seth Rollins is a little bitch because he can't do anything by himself. He has to have his little bitches help him.
What did
Hey,
you say that to
listen,
his
I don't
face?
know. I
I
don't know.
can't do
But
it
listen,
by myself. I'm a little
Pussy.
bitch.
I can go
He is a pussy.
call Vince and see what he. Maybe we could do something about that. I got
You're
the
a towel.
connections, so let me go. Let me call him and see what he has to say.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, mother. Have you seen that Vine of that where like some black guy's like, surprise, motherfucker, all rise,
But
motherfucker.
like I said, however, I mean, they're going to be in New Orleans next week,
No
however.
sell.
They missed the King, however, tonight. However, hope it'll be better next week. We'll see what happens. But like I said, I gave you my high point and low point of the night. However, the low point of the night wasn't the last little bit of the show before we get in Ask JD anything for the new year. I think the low point, however, was this whole freaking Tyson Kidd Cesaro thing with the New Day. I mean, seriously? What the F is up with that crap? You know? Seriously.
War suits.
Whites win! Whites win! Race wars up, everybody!
I don't know. I thought it was
Whites
pretty
win again!
interesting what they did. And I was like, shit, they're actually going to maybe do something with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
I thought they
And
should just
actually-
keep wrestling in those outfits.
Yeah, I thought, like, no, they shouldn't have given away themselves. They should have been do it for like weeks and see if anyone caught on with it.
Well, like I said, guys, I just think it was a lousy bullshit Raw. And once again, it just has that Triple H and his little goons, if you will, basically kissing his ass at every turn. His little wife, and of course Seth Rollins, J&J Security, Kane, and of course now it seems. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a fan of Wade Barrett. I told you I am a fan of his. But to give him the belt 6 days after he came back after a 6-month layoff, I think it was a little too soon. And just the slap signal in the face, yeah. Great move, WWE. Way to fuck him over after he's been your good guy for the last 2 months and been your big star. Way to screw that up, Vince.
Indeed. All right, let's get the SJD questions rolling here. Wago, you want to start it off? No, fuck you.
Why are you always so fucking miserable?
I'm miserable because it's the same old bullshit, Wago, that you have to have people like Seth Rollins, J&J Security, and Rollins and everyone suck off on Triple H. I mean, why can't they just do it by themselves? Oh, they have to have help. They have to have. We can't do it by ourselves. We have to have everyone kiss our ass, and Triple H will be defending us because we'll have to kiss him and his wife's backside time and time again. We're little bitches. We can't do it by ourselves. Grow a set of balls for once.
All right. Drew.
Shit.
All right,
Do you think
fucked
you
up.
ever win the Nobel Prize?
No, that's fucking the chat room question. Fuck you, Drew. All right. Shaun, do you have a question for SJD?
I do.
Okay.
Who's your favorite member of the J&J Security? Jamie Noble or Joey Mercury?
Neither one of them assholes. They're fucking mall guards.
That wasn't a
Throw
choice.
a set of balls and go in the ring. Quit hiding under having everyone basically be the little bitches that you are. Why don't you go back in the ring? And you were in the ring only one time in the last 5 weeks. I mean, I understand you probably can't wrestle maybe that much anymore, but you have to be little Triple H's little security. Why don't you go set of balls and go in the ring for once instead of being little bitch boys like Rollins and Kane and everyone in the Authority? Why don't you go set of cojones and get back in the ring?
All right, Tony, you got a question?
I got two actually. A follow up to Sean's question: would J&J
Okay, Tony,
Security be
two
better if it was
questions here.
J&D Security?
No. If I have my own security, wipe out the Authority.
My other question: who came out on top of the match between you and your friend when you were jerking each other around that New Year's Eve?
Well, I was throwing snowballs at him because he was too drunk at the time. I was whipping him snowballs. However, he tried to get me, however, and I just sideswiped him and went flying in the bushes, so I came out on top on that one.
Yeah, I bet you was
Nice.
on top.
Silent Wood to Do asks, what specific part of their awesomeness makes the Ravens so superior to the Steelers?
Well, I can't say I don't like the Ravens. The Ravens are like the Authority. Yes, I mean, the Ravens did beat my Steelers. I have to admit this week, however. I mean, right now, as much as I hate freaking Flacco with a passion, he does have a good postseason mark. But you know what? He did for a rude awakening, I feel, this week. He's going to be bitch slapped by Brady this week. Watch. I have a feeling Brady and them are going to absolutely crucify them on Saturday night.
Silent Wind to Doom also asks another question. He says, he wants you to give your side of the story of what happened when you pepper sprayed that GameStop employee.
There's no truth to that, and I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. There's no truth to that, and I don't know what the hell he's saying about that at all.
That sounds like a vicious rumor.
I saw it with my own eyes. It happened.
Let me say this to Silent Wind of Doom if he's listening right now. Why don't you tell us about the time you went into Triple H's office and basically jerked him around a little bit like
Silent Wind of Doom coming out on top.
So why don't you explain that and tell me your real side of the story then?
Oh boy, them's fighting words. Silent Window Doom. We'll see what you got to say about that.
And it's gonna be a bitch slapdown.
All right, we got one final question.
Real quick,
Oh,
guys.
go ahead.
Next week, however, I won't be joining you guys. I got a party to go to. It's kind of an important party, but I will be taping Raw. I will be back the following week when the Go Home show goes in Dallas.
We'll have to double up.
Hopefully, they put on a better show next week in New Orleans. However, like I said, and then they're in Dallas because already they're advertising Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall for the show.
All right, we got one last question out of the chat room. It comes from Ferris419, and he says, JD, do you ever think you could win a Nobel Prize?
Of what? Basically,
Say
ask
the
them
most
of what.
fucking however.
And
Well, you got the peace one. You got one for a book. What science, math.
I think if I won a Nobel Prize, however, I would have to maybe win the Nobel Prize for probably maybe better writing as far as TV booking in the WWE goes, because this bullshit is the same old crap time and time again.
Oh, goodness. JD, always a crazy time, man. Thanks for calling in. You have a good night, man. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Definitely, guys. Have a good one. Have a good rest of the week. Talk to you soon.
You too.
Good, Jerome.
Oh my
Fucking
goodness.
Book. He jerks someone
Fucking
off.
Nobel Prize for book.
He jerks someone off.
Is it a book about coming out on top?
Okay, the however count is in, and it is 27.
Jesus.
It's not even that high. It's like,
Yeah, he's had higher.
It's like average. Wazili, do you keep like a line chart of this?
Oh,
I think we need to start doing
Hey,
that.
it's 2015. This is the first show.
All right, I'm going to start doing that. So Wazili,
right.
if you could keep the counter up, I will make a spreadsheet and I will track. We'll see.
Oh, next week's going to throw it all off, though, because it's going to be 0.
Oh, well, we'll just have to skip next week.
Yeah, he's got a perfect appointment with fucking RedTube.
Maybe. You talking about Shaun?
Yeah, fucking wanker.
Maybe we'll just give him the average of what it balances out to and add that into there.
The Chris Chan reference? Like the Christian reference?
I know, but he's got
Like
the
4chan?
he's got the fuck Silent Wind of Doom reference.
Yo, he definitely called out Silent Window Doom with some
You need to
big
come on here and
fighting
defend
words.
yourself.
Yo, yeah, you know how we had JD and Jeff on? We got to have freaking JD and Silent Window Doom on the next time they're around. Silent Window Doom, 2 weeks from now, you got to call in early so we can get you two on the air against each other. And we're gonna promote that. We're gonna promote this for the next 2 weeks. Silent Window Doom versus JD. It's on. It is on. You want
The silent one versus the one that never shuts the fuck up.
I wish you could say that.
Goodness. Wazili dropping in a question for JD. You're like fucking like 10 minutes too late. JD already hung up.
What is the question?
It's a good one though.
Yeah, okay. So what the hell else happened tonight? Natalya and Nikki Bella had a match. Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt had an Amber Lamps match. It actually wasn't too bad. They brawled through the crowd. They got these weird tables that were ambulance tables, which were the freaking weirdest things I've seen. Dean Ambrose did an elbow drop and lost the match. So par for the course.
No, he did an elbow drop.
Yes.
Everybody just
It was like, did he?
I like that kid in the crowd that was like, I can't remember exactly what he said verbatim, but it was something like, I'm cheering for you, Dean Ambrose, because you're the man. But it's like, he ain't fucking winning, kid.
Let it go, kid. Let it go. Is there anything anyone actually has to say about that match? These guys kind of busted their asses.
So in MMA, we have a term where we say styles make fights. And these two guys don't make a good fight when their styles collide. They're fucking awful together. Their promos interacting with each other suck, and so does their in-ring work. They busted their ass. Fair play to them, and they gave it all they could, but I wasn't entertained. So
now, why is it that they don't connect? I mean, you would think that these guys came through the NXT FCW program together. They both seem similar character-wise. Like, how come they're not clicking?
I think as far as in-ring work goes, typically the heel carries the match, And we've said it before, Bray Wyatt just is boring when he wrestles as a heel. It's like when it's a long match, his beatdowns are long and drawn out, and he doesn't have many go-to moves that at least keep you mildly entertained until the comeback. As far as characters go, I think we've been overexposed to Bray Wyatt to the point now where his promos each week we hear him is more of the same. I couldn't tell you what his promos are about. I can just tell you he fucking breathes before every word he says.
Yeah, it's about spot on. Anyone else have any theories?
I gotta put some blame on Ambrose too, though.
Do it.
Because we joked about the elbow drop, and you know what? He's had like 5 different hardcore style matches recently, and each one he's really only done an elbow drop through a table. Like, if you want to be known as a hardcore guy that's going to be really fun to watch and stuff, you got to do different shit too. Mick Foley did a lot of crazy shit, and of course you can't do things as crazily as he did because he got completely fucked up for it. But almost anybody who wrestles a hardcore style, they can switch their game up every once in a while. And if they're going to wrestle multiple matches that are similar, 1 week and then the next week and all that, they're not going to repeat the same exact segment over and over again. I mean, we had that one match at TLC where Ambrose did 4 elbow drops from a ladder?
3.
3, even 1. Ding, ding, ding. If he did that as like a staple move, okay, you could do one of those per match, but you can't do one of those every match and only that. So if we're supposed to trust that Bray Wyatt's going to carry the match because he's a heel and he can't do it, Ambrose has to step up and he has to be responsible for doing that too. He doesn't wrestle like a pure babyface does, where he's got to do the full beatdown and stuff. He's got a lot of heelish tendencies, so he should be able to pick up the slack, and he's not. So if he had the best matches with somebody like a Seth Rollins, and Rollins has been doing damn good with a lot of other people, maybe a lot of that wasn't really Ambrose. So maybe these are 2 guys that need people that can carry the matches.
I got 2 comments here I want to read out of the chat room. One of them is from Silent Wind of Doom. He says, in terms of his promos, Bray Wyatt's promos have suffered from the fact that he hasn't actually said anything in months. That was his problem with Jericho. The Cena feud was great, and it made sense because there were motivations. Truth.
I hate to break it out. I hate to break it to you, but when you're given mic time, you have to use it to your advantage no matter what. So
every time you're inside those 4 ropes.
Yeah, that's up to Bray Wyatt. If he doesn't have anything to say, he needs to come up with something to say. Everyone talks about how promos need to be unscripted. Well, fuck. If he hasn't.
What do you mean? He breathes for his promos.
Another thing, a lot of people compare these two, Undertaker and Bray Wyatt together, and there's rumors that they're going to have a match at WrestleMania.
I hate that comparison so much.
There's some comparisons between them, but obviously they're not the same characters. But one thing that Undertaker always had good was when he cut his promos, they were short. Now, he could cut a better promo than Bray Wyatt, but Wyatt, he rambles. And he could probably do a better job if they gave him like a 2-minute promo instead of like an 8-minute promo where he said nothing.
You know what the issue is with him? They need to fill up time, and I feel like they tell him to go out there and have a longer promo, so he has to ramble. So I'm not going to entirely blame it on him. It could just be that they have to fill 3 hours of Raw, so they need him to cut a longer promo because like, hey, you're good at promos. Go out there and talk.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that, where they've got so comfortable letting him go out there because of how over he got when he initially debuted with his promos. And at the time, they felt unique, they felt different, but now it's too much of the same, but they've just been conditioned to leaving him out there that long.
I got another comment from Dane Quinn via Twitter saying WWE set Bray Wyatt back by having him return weeks after disappearing on TV. And they have a tendency of doing that. Same thing they had with like CM Punk when they built this whole thing about him walking out of the company. He was there 2 weeks later. John Cena gets fired. I forget what the exact stipulation was. I think that was when he was feuding with Big Johnny. He got fired.
I thought it was with the Nexus.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, no, it was with Nexus. Yeah, it was like he was like a ref, and he like.
I think it was both. I think he actually got fired during both storylines and was never gone. So.
I'm pretty sure it's both.
He also got fired during the Punk feud. But
no, I thought Big Show was the one that got fired at the Big Johnny thing.
It was Big Show too. I think they all
The
got.
Big Show, you're
got
mistaken.
fired.
Big Show was firing a gun.
All right, so hold on. So why
That's back for 2015.
maybe we
Yes.
maybe we should it's gonna come back again. Maybe we should start taking bets on how long Ryback, Eric Rowan, and Dolph Ziggler will actually be out at this
Who
rate.
bets they'll get fired again and I'll lose more points?
They're definitely going to be there for the Royal Rumble. I'm expecting them to be there the go home show.
Mm-hmm.
I give it. They won't be there next week, but they'll be the week after.
Exactly.
I agree with Wago.
Oh, that's the go home show. That's soon.
Yep.
Fuck, these guys aren't promoting this shit at all, are they? I need battle royals. I need someone competing for the number 30 spot. The fuck?
Yeah.
2 weeks from now is the 19th, and then week after that's 26th. It's the day after the Royal Rumble because it's 25th, right?
You know what? People don't have to compete for the 30 spot as long as they have the tumbler during the pre-show.
Well, I want someone to get fucked and get the number 1 spot. I always love that. The whole if you lose, you
Mysterio to get the number 1 spot.
Like you know, and you always knew which one got it when they showed it because they give the
So who would get it? Daniel Bryan?
I don't want to leave him out there that long.
I guarantee you, if Ziggler's gonna be back by then, they would give it to either him, Ryback, or Eric Rowan.
You know what I
Ziggler's
was
definitely
actually
being the Iron Man this year.
You know what I was expecting them to actually say? Not doing the fired thing. I thought that they were going to say that they had to start off the Royal Rumble. That it was going to be like the 3 of you are numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Wasn't Ziggler Iron Man last year?
Yeah, I think there's no reason they can't do it again.
No, I think Punk was.
He was close second.
Oh, it makes Punk was actually in the Rumble. Shit, I thought we were just making a Punk jokes to make it.
Yeah, that was his last match.
Yeah, Punk was the very start of it, and he lasted until close to the end when Kane.
Was he 1 or 2?
Number 1, I think. So that's why I don't think they're going to do that this year.
Wait.
And by the way, number 30 is going to be Randy Orton.
What was the year that Dolph Ziggler was like 1 and Jericho was 2? Was that 2 years ago?
That was 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
that was 2 years ago.
God damn.
Time flies, dude. Jeez, don't that table that Kane put CM Punk through really kept him out for a while now. Wonder when he's going to return.
Wait, was that 2013 or 2012 with Jericho and
Jericho and it was 2013.
13.
Yeah, 13 because Jericho made one of his miraculous returns, right?
I mean, they didn't do any promos for that one. That one was actually kind of a surprise. Props to them.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, Jericho's here. Did he leave?
You think we're ready for our next caller, guys?
Let me just get.
I'm ready. I'm not ready for a caller.
I gotta pee.
Well, it's coming anyway. We got a caller from 540. Caller from 540. You there? Caller from 540.
The element of surprise.
In the ambulance, I, Bray Wyatt, conquered him for good.
Oh my God! It's Bray Wyatt.
Oh my God! It's laryngitis.
It's meningitis. Oh my God! It's the kids. The kids. The bees. Not the bees.
It's gay Wyatt.
I think me eating beef and noodles will be more appealing.
I think I've had enough of that.
I think I figured it out. I think he's Repo Man because he's always stealing time away from us.
And speaking of time, we're going to take some for a quick break. We'll be back in a little bit, folks.
Hey everybody, it's Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. If you want to have a priceless experience, then you'll stay tuned to Mega Powers Radio. And remember, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
And we're back here live on MegaPowersRadio.com for the most interactive post-Raw experience available, the MPR Raw post-show. Folks, if you're listening at any time you want to get your opinion heard, dial in area code 760-512-7247. We'll bring you on. You can actually even use Skype if you're a Skyper. Press the button at the top of the page. It'll bring you in that way. And, of course, if you're shy, we have the chat room available for you to type away with your fingers, joining cool cats like Ferris419, JT77, Chaotic. There's a new person here. Newt Emma Stevie? Thanks for joining us, Newt Emma Stevie.
That person was here last week, I believe.
Were they? Okay, well, thanks for coming back. Wazili and Silent Wind of Doom.
Oh.
It's disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it fucking was.
That's what you get for having that horrible... Like, he gives us this nice comment on Tony's video, and then you're like, shit all over him.
What comment did I shit on?
I got a couple tweets here from Guest5 on Twitter, which, by the way, whoever the hell Guest5 is for making a Twitter, kudos to you. What an obscure joke to have pulled out of our show and made a Twitter for, and you've actually had an entertaining Twitter feed so far. But he tweeted us, I'm sick of hearing JD complain about the authority on the Raw Post show. Why would I want to have that story go on another year in 2015? I guess that's a good point. For any argument you need to say why we shouldn't have the authority, there's a good one.
Yeah, just we don't want to fucking deal with JD, so get rid of the authority.
And he also left us another tweet, and I didn't mention this when JD brought up the Road Warrior thing, but he said, there's going to be a Road Warrior pop joke tonight, isn't there? There wasn't. Not anymore. You made it, though. Oh, hey, we got someone else new. Mike Gbunbly. Who the fuck are you people?
That's the way to welcome them.
You're on about Mike G-Bun. Everyone knows Mike G-Bun.
No, it's Mike Gbunbly. Maybe they're related.
I think that you're mispronouncing it. It's Gibbonbly.
Thanks, Silent Wind of Doom. All right, guys. As I like to do when we first come back from break, let's take a look back at what was going on in the Raw Post show 1 year ago, the first show of 2014. Funny enough, it was an episode of Raw Old School. Although after I listened back to the whole episode, apparently it was the worst episode of Raw Goes Old School ever, where there was very little to do with anything old school. Very lazy. Thank goodness they didn't try to do that again this year. Funny enough, the segment I found had nothing to do with the fact they were old school, but had a lot to do with the WWE app, the way they treated Cesaro and Jerry Lawler. And it's funny to hear how similar things are to where they were a year ago to where they are today. They did not show the big swing tonight on Raw. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to watch the big swing during Antonio Cesaro's match, and I'm answering a question from Brian Brain in the chat room, that was kind of awkward if you're just listening. He asked if they showed the big swing on, and no, they showed the big swing on the WWE app. So yes, you had to show the WWE app.
Why would you put the guy's most over move on television where everyone could see it? That makes sense.
That was almost the lowest use of promotion for the WWE app tonight.
Oh, I know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
That was
very
horrible.
early in the show. Of course, the Scoops websites were running rampant with the story that Jerry the King Lawler was hospitalized. I believe they were talking about him having vomiting and chest pains. And of course, with the history of him having a heart attack live on Raw, a lot of people are, of course, getting very scared and probably making this more dramatic than it actually was. I guess we'll never know the true story. But with the beginning of the show, they said, if you want to know about Jerry the Lawler's condition, we will have the info on the WWE app. And I'm like, really? Really? And then finally, like a couple commercial breaks later, they said, Jerry Lawler's fine. He's in the back. We had a little scare. He went to the hospital, but he's back now. He's cool. He's just, taking it easy.
Yeah, I think the reason they did that is because everyone was retweeting how horrible it was that they promoted their app with that. It probably got back to them pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Set off the red alarm and red light, and the alarm sirens went, and they was like, oh shit, they're angry. And rightfully so. I mean, that was a dirty, dirty move, but hey, it's the WWE. They don't really have limits on how they go about promoting.
Yeah, crazy, guys. 1 year ago, Jerry Lawler was in the hospital, too.
Can I just say, Booker T, awesome job tonight.
I think Booker T did do a fine job filling in the role. Honestly, I would have been fine with just JBL and Michael Cole. I don't think you need a three-man booth.
You see, when Brock Lesnar got diverticulitis, I believed it was to make him more make it more fair on the rest of the human race. I think God just gave Lawler diverticulitis so we didn't have to hear him.
Diverticulitis? Ah!
Yeah, I've been watching old Royal Rumbles too, and the '97 Rumble. There's like 4 different times in it where he's just like and it's not even when he gets eliminated. You would think at the very least that he would do that when he, got knocked out by Bret Hart, but this time it's just kind of like, clock's not working right, is it? No. It's really fucking annoying.
See, I didn't mind it back then. I thought it was endearing part of his character. Now it's it's a parody of it.
Yeah, it must have been something that he only did like as like a nervous tick every once in a while or something. Or
maybe that's Lawler's character now. He's just a parody of himself.
Maybe that's why he wears T-shirts with crowns on it and stuff instead of actually wearing like the royal outfit that he used to. Like he's like a knockoff of the old Jerry Lawler or something.
Whoever said that Jerry Lawler dressed Michael Cole, that might be true.
It's funny. Like I've watched like one match from New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 9. Jim Ross is such a better fucking commentator than all of those fuckers.
Yeah.
What about Matt Striker?
What about Matt Striker? What about Matt Striker?
He's all right.
Matt Striker. The best pure striker.
You know about Striker with an I or Striker with a Y?
I like Striker.
Banana phone.
The one with the I or the one with the Y? There's two of them.
So our new guest in the chat here, Mike Jeebenblee, asks a question. Do you think Sting will appear on Raw to address the Authority returning?
I think he's going to descend from the rafters, say, sorry, my bad, and leave.
Is he going to throw
expect him to
those
now.
balloons?
You can't not expect him to now. He'll show up eventually. It's just a matter of when will he show up.
Royal Rumble?
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm thinking Royal Rumble.
Maybe that's his contract. He doesn't appear at these small events. He only appears at the big 4.
Now, wait, is Seth Rollins in the Royal Rumble match too? Did Triple H say that?
Triple H didn't, but JBL did later on. He said he's going to give him 2 shots. He's in the Royal Rumble match, and he's got a title match or whatever, and he's Money in the Bank.
So he has 3 shots.
Oh my god! If Seth Rollins does not leave Philadelphia as world champion, it's going to be a shocker.
So do you guys really think he's going to be champion by the end of the night?
Question: if he wins the title before Money in the Bank, can he then cash in if he lose? Like, does he lose his Money in the Bank then, or does he get to cash it in if he loses?
I don't know. They're not going to make him get rid of it.
I think he gets to keep both.
Gets to hold it. Yeah,
because he's got a couple more months. He has to cash in before the next Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So if he lost the title at like WrestleMania, he could cash WrestleMania and win it back.
Cash it on himself and lose.
I already made that joke. What up?
Happy days.
Know what I'm saying? Earlier.
Know what I said?
Not thinking that Sting will even show up at the Royal Rumble.
No? You think,
No.
think it'll be
I'm not getting
Fastlane?
my hopes up about it. If he does, awesome. Especially if he throws those balloons. But if he doesn't, I'm not going to be too surprised. And if we leave and, we're walking out and everybody's like, fucking Sting didn't even show up or whatever, if it's a good pay-per-view, I'm still going to be happy.
I hope that kid whose leg was the depressed Sting fans there, and then I hope he doesn't show up.
Oh, God. I've never been to an event in Philly. I know Philly can be quite a
you're gonna have
crowd.
fun, dude.
Well, listen, man, I've been to shows in MSG, so I mean, you're not gonna show me anything I haven't seen, but
right, but it's similar.
Still different, like. It'll be interesting to experience.
I don't know. If you want an interesting crowd, come to Indianapolis.
Oh yeah,
those crowds. Ooh,
just be careful.
It's a crowd
if you
of
piss me
Ben.
off at any point, I'm gonna go. Yo, this guy said that the Eagles suck.
It's a crowd of Ben Steins over there. No, I
need to go.
So the Ravens are fags. That's what I said.
Fag Ravens.
Tell what to do in the chat. Philadelphia fans are famous for flipping cars in the parking lot of opposing fans. Philly fans also do that when we win. That's the thing. When the Phillies won the World Series a couple years ago, I turned it on. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I turned it on to watch them win because I knew they were going to. And the news reports afterward are just like, this car's on fire, this pole was taken out of the street, and all this.
Oh man,
And they're-
jeez, is this the Ferguson riots? Jeez.
And they're interviewing people, and they're like, "Why are you doing this?" And they're like, "Phillies." It's just-
You see, Drew, it's not the Ferguson riots because it's less stupid than the Ferguson riots.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, with that, I think we can bring on a caller, eh?
Is he Canadian?
Yeah, what was the A?
I was asking permission. I don't need to ask permission. It's my fucking show.
Username like maple syrup 1114.
Ain't your fucking show when you disconnect from it.
It's Silent Wind of Doom.
Good old SWAT.
It's me. I just fooled you guys. It's not me.
Talking of Wind of Doom.
I'm sorry. That.
Oh wait. He's meant to do
terrible.
He's meant to do an impression tonight.
I have been trying for the last week to do a John impression. After last week, you're like, do it. I'm like, no, I can't.
So you've been walking around your home just doing a John impression?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, I bet like his parents are like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm Johnin.
Dude, I'm not Jeff. Yes, you are. Your name is Jeff.
Johnning off in here. Yeah. Going well. Raw was the show tonight.
Thanks, Drew.
Oh, hi, Drew.
Yeah.
The Ascension.
Yes.
Can't we get like better names for these guys than like Jeff and Steve, whatever their names are? They don't look like they should have just normal
They were
names.
Jeff and Steve.
They might as well be fucking
Yeah.
Victor and Connor. They are pretty like regular names, like white waspy names.
It's Bill and Sam.
It's Nikolai.
Exactly. They don't look like. I mean, come on. We just talked about they mentioned Demolition and freaking the Road Warriors. You know, Axe, Smash, Hawk, Animal, Crush. These guys are just like Jack and Doug.
Jack and Doug.
Jack and Doug.
Yeah, I'm really curious about this. Did everybody else picture Connor as Jack and Victor as Doug?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Victor is so Doug.
I actually had it the opposite. I definitely picture Connor being the Doug, because Doug would be the chunkier one.
Oh, that's true. He is chunkier.
Still have
He's
no
taller.
clue which is which.
See, the thing is, I would actually picture one of the Demolition members being Doug, because those guys are definitely out of shape fatties. They just look like somebody's uncle. They would be more Doug.
Yeah, and a constant reminder that Kiss sucks.
Kiss does suck.
Oh, hi, Miguel.
Newt,
say
Emma,
goodbye.
Stevie saying, I really like how they stand up into the low camera angle during their entrance. That's about it. Well, at least you found something you like about them. I like people
Good
who
for
are
you.
positive.
I
Yeah,
don't think
so
that-
you know what? I just fucking hate the Ascension. Yeah, it's still true.
I like the Ascension. I don't know what everyone's being haters.
I
just don't like the red face paint.
Yeah,
it's not
the
even
additions
that.
are
I just
actually
don't
very-
like them in the ring. It's that simple. The idea of them just squashing everyone. Yeah. You know, you can say
It's
this
how you-
Ryback is the same thing.
It's how you get
but
moves over.
Ryback is interesting. There's nothing interesting about the Ascension.
Ryback wasn't interesting on week 2.
Yeah, except I've been watching the Ascension in NXT, and that might have blew my load.
Well, as long as you don't have to clean it out.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you could just get rid of it in the snow.
I mean,
In the snow, in the snow.
We'll fly off into the
so,
bush.
yeah, as long as I'm not getting drunk with some guy named Jack, was it? Yeah. Don't want
That's
to
what
get
he
too
was doing
rambunctious with
to
him.
Jack.
What the
Whoever
fuck
they-
are we talking about?
We're talking about the original Butt Boy.
The guy JD wrestled with, his name was Jack, wasn't it?
I thought Randy Orton was the original butt boy.
No, he's the original bag shitter.
That's the new thing. They gave him the Apex Predator, the Viper, the Legend Killer. Now he's the bag shitter. Oh man, we need to get Howard Finkel to announce that.
Randy, the bag shitter.
Randy. shits in bags.
Way to bury the joke, Drew.
Okay. Now let's move on because that was going on for too long.
Triple H should be proud of you.
So
You
Silent with the
buried that.
Doom. How about that triple threat match at Royal Rumble?
It should be a thing. It should be a match. It should
Oh,
be
I thought I was
interesting.
asking Silent with the
It's,
Doom, not Drew.
I don't know.
Silent with the Drew.
I'm
So wait, I have a question. So Silent with the Doom, that story that you came up with, JD, where the fuck did you get that at?
It was there's a guy named Chris Chan who writes comics about
I know that
really
guy. He's
bad
really
comics.
ugly.
Yeah, he's the kind of
You
person
should put a blue
who's
dot
like,
over his face.
he's like the guy.
You should just break his neck and die.
What Wago usually makes fun of Snarf for being.
Christian.
It's not quite right.
Christian.
And he was, Snarf. That's Snarf's name. Because he lead into Jeff. He go Jeff. The whole thing. Anyway, he was protesting because Sonic's arms are blue now. Not supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty over this. Ferris419 says, "What are the odds of the triple threat match of having a clean finish?" I would not say so.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to. Either. Actually, no. I think it just might be Seth Rollins who does something that makes it not clean.
I'd give this beard a clean finish. You know what I'm saying?
Do triple threat matches
There are
not
no
have a disqualification?
in a triple threat match.
Unless they make a new rule for lulls.
Yeah. See, that's what I don't get. They never say that, but no one ever really does anything to
they break rules.
break the rules.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I like how one year the Royal Rumble had a disqualification.
Yeah, the Finley one, right?
Yeah.
Finley's been disqualified for using a shillelagh and jumping the gun. Okay, sure. It wasn't just that you didn't book a way for him to get thrown out, right? That wasn't the issue.
Yeah, let's forget about 2001 where we had a hardcore fucking section of the Rumble.
Yeah. Well, they change that shit all the time. I mean, we've had the Royal Rumble where Savage jumped over the top rope and they're like, he didn't get eliminated because he threw himself over. And then, like, 3 years later,
Johnson jumps over the top at 97.
They both
Mil Mascaris didn't he?
Yeah, they both did. They both went the same Rumble together. Like, Mil Mascaris did it so he didn't get eliminated, and Ahmed Johnson chased Farouk back up the ramp.
Oh, man. That's such a botch of a fucking Royal Rumble.
What?
Oh, goodness. Yeah. I don't think we have much more to talk about. I'm tired, so I might be ending this one a little bit early. So I think why don't we head into something to finish this off, and it's called The Good, The Bad, and The Fucking Ugly. Yes, it's the good, bad, and ugly, where we talk about our favorite part of the show, our least favorite part of the show, and what we thought the most god-awful piece of shit, embarrassing fucking thing on the whole show was.
Jesus.
Somebody's angry.
Way to go. What was your good, bad, and ugly?
Okay, my good definitely has to go to the opening segment with Bad News Barrett and Dolph Ziggler.
Babe Newton?
Babe Newton.
Who the fuck is Babe Newton?
His finisher must be awesome.
I think he uses the Newton Crosby. My bad goes to this show in general, but if I had to fucking pick one thing, it's going to... Fuck, I can't think. It was all fucking terrible. This show in general.
And you're ugly?
This show in general.
Okay. Wago?
It just went.
Oh, okay. Wago?
What?
I thought you were going to give me a real answer this time. All right, Drew, you go.
My good will probably be...
McGurk. Oh, dude, you're totally gonna win a Nobel Prize for book with those literature skills.
McGurk.
I'm changing my notes to the gird. Bad and the ugly.
McGurk.
I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
How about your good be fucking Barrett Newton or whatever it was?
My good will be the ending segment. I thought that was good. My bad would be, I don't know, anything in the middle. That second hour wasn't that good. And my ugly will be not necessarily Bad News Barrett winning the title, but I think keeping him heel is a very bad thing because a lot of people were wanting to cheer him before he got injured, and I think they could have done something to make him face now. And the fact that they essentially were like, "Fuck you guys, we're gonna keep him heel." I think just by that, I think Barrett's screwed. I think after this title reign, he's gonna get nothing out of it, and I think he might be going to the abyss now. I think he's done in a way.
Was gonna go to the Joseph Parks?
Maybe. I mean, I heard they have slides and stuff at that park, so maybe.
All right, Shaun, your good, bad, and ugly for tonight.
The good seeing Kurt Angle back on Monday Night Raw. That was a good.
Happy days.
The bad has to be the Divas match. The ugly has to be Michael Cole's suit.
Oh yes.
Know what you're saying?
All right. Silent Wind of Doom. You have a good, bad, and ugly for us while you're here with us?
Sure. The good, the segment at the beginning and the end, and just basically the authorities setting them up pretty good with the storyline of what's happening. I'll go with the faceless, nameless jobbers that got jobbed out to the Ascension, with one of them not even getting tagged in. I don't even know if those guys got an entrance or anything. I didn't see their names. And
I think it was Steve Stevenson or something.
Little Midget Jones or
something. Ugly, I don't know. The dark match that ended the show that just was really confusing, and I have no freaking clue what's going on. And Cesaro in a tight bodysuit, it's not right.
It's not right. It's not right. Tony, you're good, bad, and ugly.
My good is the Intercontinental Championship match. Those two can deliver pretty much all the time, and they've got good chemistry together. So I'm all transition from bad news to bad Newton to Gerd Newton. The bad, I'm gonna give that to Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan. Rowan has lost, I think, every match since he has turned babyface, and now I don't think he's got a chance really. Which is, it's fine. Not everybody should get a huge push, and Eric Rowan hasn't given me a reason to really, really want to see him get a push, so fuck that. But this match was just a bore, and J&D security didn't make it any better, and that whole segment was kind of like the start of this show going downhill. So, blah for that. The ugly, I did have 3 notes down for that. Michael Cole's suit's definitely one of them. That last whole promo with Triple H and Stephanie and John Cena, that was, fuck that thing. But another thing was just a callback to something that I missed and I didn't miss at the same time. Booker T on commentary. He is just so bad, and it's hilarious, which is thankfully a good thing to witness. But at the same time, he is embarrassingly bad. And the line of the night from him was when they said, like, thank you to everybody watching us in India or whatever, and he's like, enjoy your chips and chutneys.
Oh yeah, he totally fucking racist the shit out of that. That was sweet.
Cole looks at him like, what the fuck are you saying? And he just kind of goes like, chips and dip.
It was the way he said it, though. It was
chips and chutneys.
Yo, chips and chutneys.
Booker is every pay-per-view. He is the worst part of the panel, and he's so fucking hilarious.
At least, like, when Booker says it, you get something out of it to chuckle at. With Jerry Lawler, it's just fucking annoying.
Right. So He's the type of thing where if anybody watched this for the first time and they were like, wait, this guy has a job doing this, we'd have to explain it and be like, no, not really. He's actually just like a fucking joke. But it's still hilarious. And every time that he's doing the pre-show panel and they've got that shucky ducky quack quack graphic that pops up now, just reminds me back in the old days with Booker T and tell me I did not just see that.
It fly through the air with the greatest of ease.
He's getting real lackadaisical.
Oh, Booker's fucking awesome, as bad as he is.
I like Booker.
So hopefully Booker enjoys his chips and chutneys and doesn't come back on commentary in a while.
There was some point during the Dean Ambrose Bray Wyatt match too where he like makes some like really really bad joke and he laughs at himself and no one else is doing it. I forget what it even was, but he makes a joke and he's like hey, 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 hey.
You see, you know when Jerry Lawler used to do that shit, they'd at least make fun of him. With Booker, it's like, the fuck's wrong with you?
You've been saying crazy shit all night, Booker.
Face palms.
Like you heard them, like you could just tell there was just a tone of disgust and tension every time he'd say something.
You hear in the background JBL just going, ugh.
Oh my goodness!
I wish he did what he did on TNA when he used to call himself Black Snow when he commentated.
Black Snow?
Yeah, it was him and Kevin Nash decided to do commentary for the whole night. Just because they could. Yeah, and he decides to call his commentary name Black Snow.
Oh god, let's wrap this up. My good was the first segment. My bad was the Divas match. Why not? And the ugly was absolutely Michael Cole's suit. My gosh, who the fuck told him to go on TV looking like that?
Drew said he changed during the show.
No, I didn't.
Did he?
I did not say that.
You told me that you see, this is why I don't fucking listen to you ever.
I didn't even fucking shut the fuck up. I didn't say that.
That was me.
Did you watch him change?
Because you're lying right now, so you're a
What's
fucking
the next thing
idiot.
you're going to believe that he says? The gender turn face?
Except he did. That's the thing.
God.
No, it's all about Sheamus, man. R.I.P. Like.
Where the fuck is Sheamus?
I told you
He's
he's dead. He killed himself in this bathtub with a toaster, man.
Yeah. So
No, I thought Matt Hardy killed him with Jinder Mahal's toaster.
He drank all his drinks and he dehydrated.
I can drink all your drink.
Oh man, not all my drinks. That's all I have. Oh my god, let's end this fucking show. Drew, any plugs?
Actually, I do have a plug. Starting essentially, if anyone who's ever seen me before, I'm not really out of shape because I weigh 125 pounds, but essentially, I have came to a point in my life where I'm just like, you know what? I can't be fucking skinny forever. So I am gaining weight. So there you go, man.
That's an awesome plug, Drew.
Essentially, the plan is I'm going to gain weight and then I'm going to turn that weight into muscle, hopefully.
Well, you know,
so
you could just do it the smart way and not that way.
yeah, but at the same time, it's really hard for me to gain muscle or weight. So either way. Also, I wasn't at the Smart Cat Awards. The reason why was because I had to pick up my sister from work.
Bullshit. He was busy figure banging.
No, that's not even remotely close.
Out of your life.
All right, Shaun, any plugs?
Yeah, just the one, youtube.com/SmarkOutMoment. Go check out the live Smarky Awards we did. And yeah, crack on.
Please remain silent while I am speaking. We have a lot to get to. Be the man! You gotta beat the man! And I'm saying, woo! Right here!
The fuck, man? Fucking aliens. Keep popping in this shit. Fucking Wago, you have any plugs?
It makes me
Yeah. January 9th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out Addicted to Anime here on Mega Powers Radio. In addition to that, check out Wago Rants. You can get that on YouTube, iTunes, and Stitcher Radio.
All right. Tony, plugs. Plug them.
Go President.
Plug them up. Plug them up. Plug them up.
Fanboysanonymous.com for everybody that is interested in our nerdy points of view. check out everything that is in the rest hold. I have that kind of stuff out there for a reason, so suffer through it, everybody. SmarkoutMoba.com, Bleacher Report, everything that we do, you guys should know by now. But if you don't, just follow our Facebook and Twitter accounts, and you'll see links for tons and tons of different things. Check it all out because it's all awesome.
Yeah.
All right, folks, if you enjoyed this show, please join us every single Monday night live on MegaPowersRadio.com. Joining us live is the best way to do it. Immediately after Raw goes off the air, tune to MegaPowersRadio.com on your browser of choice, and you can listen to us phone in live, join the chat room. Lots of fun. However, if you can't get here for the live show, we do make the show available easily for archive form. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, and SmarkoutMoment.com. If you want to support the show, please leave us some positive feedback on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps other people find the show, helps spread the word on us, and we really appreciate you supporting us in such a way. And until next time, folks, I'm Mike Paden for Drew White, for Shaun Walker, for Stephen Wago, and for Tony Mango. This is the Raw Post Show. And remember, we got Raw Post Show. Have you?